Good morning world and happy Sunday. Welcome to this week's recomp vlog. I believe it is vlog number 11, which is crazy. I feel like that's gone by so quickly. But here we are, it is Sunday morning and we're out on a walk around beautiful Arthur Seat, where I've not been since what feels like the beginning of lockdown, or at least when I was doing my recomp. But look at this. It's such a gorgeous day, honestly. I think I've pushed this a bit to the limit. I couldn't even fit all my fruit in. But here is my Saturday post-workout meal. Boop boop! Just before I do my check-ins. So this week I just thought I'd record my vlog while walking outside. Purely because it's such a lovely day, and also because I don't want this vlog to be kind of like all the other ones where I like literally give you a spiel about how my week has been, my clients and all this type of stuff. But I mean, overall it's been a really good week in terms of progress that I've been making. The only awkward thing about recording outdoors is that there's cars everywhere and there's people walking by, and I'm still not comfortable enough in front of the camera to like continue speaking. But anyway, overall it's been a really good week. Slightly different to other weeks because I was off on Monday, and after checking in, which I will include the clip in here. So after checking in, I trained and whatever, and then I had arranged to meet Indra in the afternoon for some post-birthday celebration shenanigans. And we finally went to Bread Meets Bread in Edinburgh. We've been meaning to go to this place since we were both on prep. I'm pretty sure I've been wanting to go there for like 2 years and I still hadn't been, and we managed to go. So on Monday we broke all the fitness rules and had burgers and chips and a glass of wine for lunch, which was incredible. So obviously from after the weekend, like in my head it was a bit like, right, I need to get back on the consistency bandwagon, because I've pretty much been eating like just loads of cake and like chocolate and stuff, and I was ready for it. But then obviously on Monday we went out for food, and then on Wednesday I went down to the Borders to see Jack's family and had dinner there and had pizza and dirty fries. So I suppose my kind of weekly off-plan meal happened on Wednesday, which is so like untypical obviously. So just meant that like my body weight, obviously because it had shot up over the weekend because of my birthday and all those tasty shenanigans, my body weight pretty much has just like stayed up high where it had gone when I had kind of anticipated, right, so probably by the time I start eating like a normal human it will come back down, but it hasn't. And that has kind of been like, I don't know, I think I found it a bit more challenging than I'd like to, just because obviously as you're gaining weight, like it just goes through phases, and like I know that in 2 days time like I'll be fine, but some days it just does get a little bit harder where you go, oh shit. And I am in desperate need of new clothes because of my job. And obviously last year I was a student at Loughborough, like the most sporty uni in the whole of the UK, so I've not worn kind of normal clothes in forever. And then I had a gorgeous pair of blue jeans. Like I'm not someone who's got a lot of clothes because I can't be bothered. I'm not that into fashion, as you can probably tell by the look of me right now. But yeah, I don't have that many clothes, and currently I've got 2 pairs of jeans. Neither of them fit comfortably. They're kind of like borderline, and I'm pretty sure that last year at the peak of my off season I had another pair of pants I used to wear, but those broke. Yeah, so those broke. So I'm gonna have to go shopping at some point, and I don't know when, because obviously I don't really fancy going shopping like during a pandemic. Do you know what I mean? Like the image I've got of what shopping should look like is definitely not going into a shop with a mask and like not being able to touch clothes. I mean, I don't even know what the restrictions are. But yeah, other than like a few kind of mental wobbles due to body weight being a wee bit higher, and obviously like being awfully bloated because of all the food that I'm just like not used to eating. I think my body was just a bit like, what are you doing? it was just a bit of like a meh week, let's just put it that way. And then work was incredibly stressful for various reasons, but we're halfway through these fucking summer camps, almost bloody done. So yeah, anyway, just look at this view, by the way. What the hell? Amber, you're so pretty. Anyway, I thought that today, since I'm kind of back at this walk that I used to do every single day, or run that I used to do almost every single day during lockdown, during my recomp, I thought I would use this vlog to just chat about things that I've learned during lockdown, purely because, well, I know that restrictions are starting to ease off is the right way to put it. Yeah, ease off. Whether that's the best idea or not as of yet, I'm not entirely sure. It's still a bit weird. I'm really glad, to give it wrong, I'm really glad things are starting to move forward, and you know, I can't wait to get back into the gym and have my quote-unquote normal life back. But at the same time, it's just a bit like, just the unknown is a bit scary. So yeah, so I know everyone's like having probably these soppy conversations, but I wanted to talk about my personal experience about what I've learned during lockdown. And I think the first thing I've learned during lockdown is the true meaning of controlling the controllables. Now, I've said on previous vlogs that I've been, you know, I'll be the first to put my hands up to say that lockdown has been horrendously hard. I don't even know how many breakdowns and meltdowns I've had during this period, but there's been quite a few, just because of a feeling of helplessness, not really knowing what the hell's going on, like that uncertainty. Like, I've always kind of struggled with uncertainty, and I just found it really difficult, kind of not having access to the gym and not having that outlet, and then like my job changing. It was just like far from ideal for sure, but it definitely has taught me how to focus on controlling the controllables. So for example, with training, not having access to a gym, but having access to a living room with enough kit, you know, I was able to say, right, well, even though I can't control the fact that gyms are closed, I can definitely control whether I choose to train at home. And don't get me wrong, I am so sick of it. I am so fucking sick of it, but you know, it's better than nothing, and I would rather be doing a shitty home workout that I'm sick of, as opposed to not training at all for, you know, what has been now, what, like 18 weeks, something ridiculous like that. So that's kind of been, I suppose, the first thing that I've learned. The second thing that lockdown has reminded me of, something that I feel I already knew, but definitely reminded me of, is the importance of accountability. From a coaching standpoint, like for me as a coach, I've taken on so many new clients during lockdown, and they know that they wouldn't have been able to achieve what they have had they not had that accountability system in place. And I can vouch for that, because it's the exact same for me. Knowing that I had to check in every week meant that any of the, I suppose, quote-unquote like common mistakes that we've seen of people during lockdown, like overeating, not training at all, being completely inactive, I've not made, because I had these check-ins to do, and because I had, you know, a plan in place, a goal in place, and things I had to achieve. I think that just made it like so much easier for me, and I'm super grateful to Vaughan and to the team for being there for support, which leads me on to the third thing that lockdown has taught me. And I'll only discuss three because I don't want to bore anybody, but the third thing that lockdown has taught me is the importance of who you surround yourself with. Now, I was lucky enough obviously to be living with Jack during this lockdown period. I know some people who've been living alone, who've not had the same, who've not been in the same position to be able to make the social connections face to face during this period, and I'm really grateful that I did. But even outside of my household, obviously I was placed and redeployed to work in a doctor's surgery, where I felt personally that the culture was just like incredibly toxic, and it definitely affected my mood many days and just how I felt overall. So that was very much highlighted to me, and I think a lot of people have realized this kind of if they've been working from home, or if they were made redundant, or if they were on furlough, is the importance of your work environment and the people that you work with and the people that you spend most time with, and how much they can actually affect you. And kind of obviously with work, knowing and having a solid circle of people around me has made a huge difference, from Indra to Sean and Caitlin to, you know, having weekly meetings with Juan and Ali. It's just been really, really important, and it's really brought it home. And same with like my clients, like it's so awesome to be able to choose who I get to work with, because I'm in the position to do that. And choosing people that really do inspire me to become a better coach and to become a better person has been incredibly, you know, life-changing, I suppose, within this global pandemic. So yeah, I think those are the main three things that lockdown has taught me. And I suppose the applicability of them to now as we move forward is, you know, understanding that at the end of the day, you can't control, you know, everything. You can't expect yourself to control everything, or you can't get frustrated because you can't control everything. Equally, knowing to be accountable to somebody, whether that is your coach or a friend or someone who's close to you, can make the world of a difference. So if you're still looking to achieve an elite body, for example, this year, make sure you get in touch with me today, because you can be accountable to me as your coach, and you can make sure that you do achieve those results, and don't use lockdown or COVID as an excuse for that, or a barrier that gets in your way of being able to achieve that. And finally, also in line with coaching, is if you join our team, you will guaranteed be surrounded by people who are on the same journey as you, who have the same mission as you, and who are going to be there to support you. And I honestly cannot exaggerate how important, you know, your inner circle is. And it's okay if you don't know who's in your inner circle just yet, but know that it's never too late to start building it. So as I said earlier, if you still want to make the most of 2020, be sure to get in touch with me through my Instagram or via email. You can either send me a DM, or if you go onto the link in my bio on my Instagram, I've got a coaching consultation form that you can complete there to get you started. But as I said, equally, like, it's never too late. And if you feel like you have not made the most of the last 20 odd weeks, that it feels like 2020 has been a write-off, know that it isn't. Know that you can still achieve your goals, and know to get in touch today or tomorrow or whenever you watch this, to start that process for you. So I think I'm going to leave the vlog here. Be sure to like the video if you're watching it on Instagram or YouTube. If you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and I will catch everybody next week.